I've sewn the block together now, and I just wanted to show you the back and give you some hints now that I've experienced how to do this again, so I can give you some hints about this. I pressed all of my seams open, and there were glitchy spots where they got caught in. I just worked around that. But so all the seams are open, and that's because some of these have a great deal of thickness where the white has come together over the colors. And I sent everyone that little video, and you can go back and look at it. Something new I didn't know. You take a little 2.5 inch-ish square of scrap, and you fold it and fold it until you have a lump that's 8 pieces thick. And as you're coming to one of these bumps, you stop your machine just before you get to it. You lift your presser foot and you put this under it. And that raises your presser foot so it doesn't come into this and make a mess. It just slides over it. This doesn't have any stitching on it. And you go to the next one, and just as you're coming here, lift your presser foot, put this under it, lower it again, and I'll be darned if it doesn't slide over this. And this has 6 layers of fabric. It just goes. I've never had such a good time doing these fat matches. So I showed you how we laid out the white triangles, and you'll see that there are no raw edges left on those white triangles. They've all been caught in the seams. This is the fold. And now I bring back my 5 favorite patches, and these I've already pinned down. And I eyeball this, but I want to get this even and this even. So this isn't quite even with this, but if the opposite ones are even, and then I want to put the points of the patch on the seams. And I don't want that wiggling because I haven't sewed it down yet. So I'm going to put in 4 pins, and those pins have to be in beyond where this is going to turn. So I don't put the pin right by the edge of the block. I put my 4 pins, about 1/4 of the way in, and that will hold. These are little teensy pins that I picked up on a giveaway table at a quilt guild meeting, and I just love them. I don't know why they were giving them away, but I'm glad they were. So I have these little pins here, and they are holding my piece in place, my little patch in place, so that I can finish the block. And the way you finish the block is you turn each of these 4 white background pieces over. And we've talked so many times about straight of grain, width of grain, and the diagonal, I'll be darned if I didn't lose the word, cross grain. Anyway, this is stretchy because it goes on the diagonal through the way the fabric was woven. So what I do is I find the approximate center. You don't need to be measuring. You find the approximate center, and you pull this so that this comes right to the edge of your square, okay, and pin it. Just pin it like that, right in the middle. And then you take it all the way out to the end, and the most important spot is the place where the corner of your block, on the bias, you see, I knew there was a word. The corner of your block is just covered by the curve of the background fabric. That matters, that little piece is covered. So you pin that. And then You do the same on this corner. So it'll probably take you 3 pins. But if you want 11 pins, you go right ahead. You do the number of pins that's going to make you feel confident that you can get this right. Then I'm going to take it to the sewing machine, and I'm going to start way out here and very near the edge, maybe not even a 1/16 of an inch, just really close, but staying on the background fabric. Mine is white. I'm going to sew all the way there. Now, some people like to pin everything. I find then I have this mass of pinned stuff clogging up my machine, kind of, in my way. So I do one at a time. I pin it and I sew it. And then I pretend I pretend I sewed this. I take this center and I bring the fabric right to the edge, fold it so it comes all the way in. Look, that little piece is showing now. I couldn't see any of that before. And I pin it one. I'm bringing this to cover that spot, and then just pressing that to go back out to the corner with my fingers. 2. And this one now, look, this is going to overlap. It's going to touch there. And you know what? It doesn't have to be perfect at all. It can be, a little bit over, a lot over. As long as it covers this point right here, you're good. It can cover it by more than a little or a little. When you look at these, even in the quilt shows, they're kind of all a little different, little wonky. It's hard to get them perfect, and they look gorgeous anyway. So this is not a time, and I never say that, this is not a time to be perfect. Alrighty? And what I'm going to do now, is do this all the way around this one, and then all the way around each one sewn. Look, we get those beautiful, those are called orange slices, I think, orange peel pieces. And that will go all the way around, and that's what creates the cathedral window look of this block. And I think I'll just give you one more photo at the end of the finished block so you get the full gorgeousness of it. And remember, as you're choosing your fabrics, these could all be the same fabric. The whole thing could be the same fabric. 21 of your focus pieces and 20 white pieces. And in the instructions, I'll tell you though, if you're making an 18-inch block, you use the full 5-inch squares. If you're making a 12-inch block, you cut all of the squares, white, background and focus, to 3.5-inch squares. And that will also be written for you. So I hope that you have fun with this one. I always find this fun. Enjoy that job. And I want to show you one more thing. These points are not so perfect either. That, that's not so nice. That's not so nice. But look, as you do this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your seam is going to take some of this off, and nobody's going to think that's unusual. And there you have it. It doesn't matter. So honestly, I'm not kidding. Don't worry about perfection when you make this block. It will look perfect.